If Yakult win, it's over. They go through, Gaimin and Liquid are going home, but if Gaimin win, we'll at the least get to see them go up against Liquid in a third best of one today. So, let's have a look what happens. Gunnar, what's your initial reactions here to the two drafts we've been presented with here today in our glorious new patch?
I like Gaming's draft a lot better than I like Liquid's versus Yakult. I think Yakult, their draft's just solid in my opinion. They have Mars Phoenix. Any draft that has Mars Phoenix I like because of all the team fight, but Gaming actually has the ability to fight a lot better with their heroes. They have a little bit of initiation, a little bit of team fight. Ace is also going for the goo facet, which I like more this patch now, especially with the lack of Bloodstone. So unfortunately, the only one that's sad is no dagger talent or dagger facet for Phantom Assassin.
Not,
you want the good one,
the sensible one.
Yeah, the good one.
No, we'll have to give it a few more days to see some pros experimenting with the dagger.
When they get the triple battle furies,
then they'll understand. But until then, we're going to be still stuck with the old methodical.
Let's see what other interesting facets. So, Baboko and Hive Mind.
Oh, he did. Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen this one.
So obviously, as far as I'm aware, this one didn't get any numbers changed from how it was before. It's still the one where you throw out the bugs. Every time the bugs bite someone, you get a little bit of bonus XP.
When they bite heroes.
Heroes, specifically. Yes, that is true. Heroes.
But yeah, most people go with the one where it makes the Kuchi, I believe, faster and it slows when you kind of pass through them.
Yeah, because it's
just good for trading.
See, like, when your Shikuchi doesn't slow someone, it just feels kind of bad.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the state that Baboko has chosen to play the hero in this game, opting for that other facet, the XP bonus. Yeah, we'll see how much that helps him on the level. We'll have to kind of check in, 15 minutes in, see how his levels are kind of comparing to the other supports in the game.
What else is interesting? Then the other one is the Magnus facet.
It is, the
that
Shockwave.
we did kind of touch on.
So what do we got with this one?
So this is similar to the Lycan facet where you get an extra spell, or extra level of your spell. So now your Shockwave goes to actually level 5.
So are you, in that case, when you're taking this, are you necessarily maxing this spell? Do you
Yeah,
think
you
are
should max Wave Shockwave.
You're maxing it all the way to 5 first. Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty much there's old shard where it like returns back to you and pulls. That's what it does. So you get basically your old shard for free. The other really cool thing is I think they updated it a bit. So instead of always going in a straight line, the one returning will actually go towards wherever you're standing.
That is cool.
Which is cool.
That's a nice quality of life, yeah. First blood, bottom lane.
Nice dive.
Ace and Tofu getting under the tower and they're able to burst Tianming with the build-up of the quills.
Their Bristleback is actually really good in this lane, specifically because there's no armor on the Tiny or the Phoenix. I think both of them probably have 0 armor. Yeah, 1 armor on the Phoenix, 0 on the Tiny, and so the quill damage stacks up really early. Usually it's pretty crazy to see Bristles get kills at this level 1, level 2 timing, just because the level 2 quills is almost double the damage. So pretty big that he's able to get it.
And overall, what do you sort of make of Yakult's decisions to have the heroes this way around? Rather than having like a carry Weaver and sort of the Tiny in another position, opting to have Arme take the Tiny to the safe lane.
I'm not too sure on the Tiny to carry. I'm looking because he bought Shadowblade both games and he has it queued up this game. So I was curious if it was a Shadowblade's really OP kind of angle. But I would say Shadowblade got nerfed to some extent. It just costs more gold to buy. So I don't really know actually why the Tiny carry. I just think probably they feel better the laning stage with Weaver as a 4 rather than a Tiny as a 4.
No, that makes sense. Well, we'll see how good of a lane it does give them on that top. So far, what are we seeing? It's just this mid lane. Indeed, a tough time for Emo. He had a pretty easy lane last game, as we saw against Nisha. He was crushing him as December against the Slider. But this time around against Quinn, as the Magnus against the Queen of Pain, a very different story. 11-1 against the 19-8 of Quinn.
This is a hard matchup. When Magnus's whole gameplay is slightly around the skewer back combo, like consistently in the lane, you always want to have the ability to skewer back to mid. Quap has blink. You can never skew her back. At most, she takes 1 tower shot. Doesn't really matter. You can't really trade into her that well because she's ranged. So anytime that the lane is set up like this, he gets 1-2 hits on her. Is just really good to sustain. There's also no bottle fills anymore. So the mid matchups are a lot more skilled like they used to be, which I think is really fun.
Tofu. Nice bit of control there. Dive is back up in time, and that's enough to get Tianming out of there and set up for Arme to be able to walk over, take out Tofu. Ace, though, will continue to chase Tianming. See if he's able to deny himself to Roche. He is. But we'll be able to take that away from Ace at the least there. Tianming denying himself. And
so
did
close.
set up for Ame to get some fortunate action for himself. At the same time, around the mid, we had Emo sticking around to grab the water rune. Quinn punishes it. He's able to chase, and he's very happy about that one, Quinn.
I think he just right-clicked him pretty much. He just followed and right-clicked him. Okay. That's a bad death. I guess it's somewhat similar to Nisha's. It feels a bit less bad because it's not a counter pick.
Yeah.
Magnus is his blind hero. But still, anytime getting solo kill mid, it's so much golden XP that goes to the enemy mid. Honestly, even worse the later in the laning stage it is. So when you die this level 1, level 2 timing, it feels a bit more silly because it's so fast, but you're really not giving the enemy that much. Just because you're such a low level. But when you die at this level 4 timing-ish, level 5, the level 6 for Quinn's going to be so fast, the actual gold you get is more just because it's a bit later in the game. And now Quinn's game is going to be really good.
Bottom. Try and make an attempt here for Ace with the Fire Spirit.
4-stick. He's fine.
It's going to get him very low. He's going to have to take the walk back to base. So space does continue to free up for Ame. He's having a fine time in the safe lane. Both carries right now getting a pretty good lane set up for them. A little easier, though, obviously on the top side of the map, where we have so far Watson being able to get a fair few denies in against the off lane of Yakult. And you can see at the moment on the net worth, both the mid lane and the off lane for Yakult having a not so hot start this time round.
Yep. It's a lot different than last game. I think even draft-wise, you can tell this game is not going to be as easy as the last one for Yakult. But again, they still have a really big teamfight combo. Basically, all of their heroes provide teamfight to some extent. Just one time, they get a good arena, a good egg, and this whole early game lead doesn't matter. But again, for the side of gaming, they have the mobility and also a kind of counter-initiation teamfight between both of their supports. So it's not too easy of a game for Yakult to come back in.
Boca hovering around the mid, but I mean, even if Gaimin do go for a play on Emo if he steps up, there's not a whole lot Boca as a Weaver can do to save him. So Emo just has to be very careful around this area.
You can start getting that experience. It's such a strange facet. The Weaver one.
Because I've heard different things from people in the past on this one. Is like some people are like, it's, you know, you actually do feel how much of an XP gain you're getting if you're just able to throwing out, like it does add up. And some people would tell you it's just never enough. Like the numbers just aren't tuned enough that it's worth to give up having that stronger Shikuchi just to try and get your levels.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think I mean, if I had it, I would probably just throw it out for fun.
I mean, there's definitely going to be an argument for that, right? But I feel like so far, Boca's been pretty careful with how he's been using it.
Yeah.
It's not like he's trying to farm XP constantly.
It's also
by
that
throwing it on.
It makes you want to max it first because it scales off of your swarm. Well, just like even the bonus experience you get scales per level of it.
That's true.
So I think don't you
I mean,
normally
that's
go
very because with this
you go 1-4-4 usually, right? Or on support. I guess you go on support. You go 4-4-1.
With this build, I think you go 4-4-1, right? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Nice,
Tofu. I mean, he's doing this a couple of times now. One of the Muertas that's very, very good at finding the setup easily with the silence into the pushback of the fear. Easy control to take down the Weaver, which is necessary when you do consider the Gaimin Gladiators lineup doesn't have a huge amount of lockdown. Top lane, Zeal's getting bullied. They're going in under a tier 2 tower and killing him. This one, it's early days, but definitely some of the signs of this one being a really rough one for Yakult. Watson, he's... Okay, this is a tier 2 tower. This is very dangerous, sir. He'll get the kill. Is he actually going to live? He actually is. TP's out. He's away. Look at that.
If he had the other facet, he might have actually got him there in time.
Bit of speed, maybe. I mean, this couldn't really get much better here for the start of Gaimin Gladiators, and indeed for Watson in particular. The fact that he gets this sort of kill on his own, after having a free lane, this Pierre's going to have a very solid start. A lot of eyes are going to fall over towards Ame to see how he's going to attempt to carry this game as the Tiny, because he's had a good beginning, but he's getting a hell of a lot thrown down upon him here with the golem dropped. He will get punished under the tower. No save for him. Nobody's turning up to try and help at all, as Ame's gone. And at the moment, he's the only one really that's looking like that little bit of hope the Yakult have to rally around. And if Gaimin Gladiators are able to kill him, now good luck to the rest of Yakult. This could be a rough game for them. It's 6-1, 3k lead already for Gaimin at 9 minutes in.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This feels like just a bit of a outlaning. I think, again, I don't think it was really a draft issue for any of the lanes. I think Magnus mid is completely fine versus Quap. You know, gonna slightly lose, but not like this. Phantom SS in top shouldn't have as free of a lane as she did versus the Mars either. So I just think Gaming's playing a bit better in this early game. But there's still hope.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's early
is
days.
under attack.
So,
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Sure.
The
If you
game
get
is
what kind of
still
one
fun.
item on the Magnus or the Mars, as you say from the draft, they do have this very strong team fight. If they're able to execute. They get an RP and some sort of avalanche follow-up from Arme. Like the team fight, the control, it's great. And we did see in game one, in the first best of one, how good Yakult's team fighting was.
Yep.
Radiant's middle
Even just the
tower
damage
is under attack.
between the Tiny and the Magnus.
Yep.
It's an old school combo with Empower.
Tofu
It's enough.
does it again. Easy catch for him. Nemo. And he's going to have to skewer back straight away. Does have the illusion rune if he feels pressured. Just getting bullied back by Gaimin. Very hard for Yakult really to find space for all of their cores at this moment. Gaimin grouping up early, taking over these early towers. Tier 1's already gone on the bottom. 10 minutes in, they're going to be able to finish off Tier 1 in the mid. So that's the fact, yeah, all 3 Tier 1 towers taken here. 10 minutes into the game by Gaimin.
All right, now we're just waiting for Magnus. The level 5 Shockwave.
And Gaimin's going to keep this going. The smoke comes out. Very fast plays from them here. They're making a move straight towards Arme. They're going to drop the arena here just for a poor old Warlock. So rest in peace, Malady. Bottom lane,
Radiant's middle
Gaimin,
tower
they're looking for a bigger kill. They're looking for Arme. He's going to have the TP out. Tofu, he's got the way to stop it. And it turns out, when Tofu's able to be everywhere, this is all the control they need. He's been tripping up the Weaver, cancelling TPs. Tofu's got it all.
Something I guess also interesting is that they removed the toss combo with Avalanche in the last patch. So
Explain to me.
So
What's going on now with the 1-2?
it used to be that when you Avalanche and then you toss the guy, the Avalanche would do double damage
Yes, but
while
now
they're in the air. Now they just basically buff each spell individually. And so you don't have to click them in combination. Which I guess benefits Tiny carry, right?
Sure, because you don't have to feel like I've
You
got
don't
to
have to
use
combo.
both.
Yeah, you can now toss, hit them once or twice, Avalanche, hit them once or twice.
Yes. And you're
Play a
not
bit
missing out on
slower.
damage.
Yep.
Gonna go for Malady, but he's got a golem. He's just gonna drop a golem on them. Oh no, Yakult, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Well,
Radiant's middle
they
tower
just
is
walked
under
into the
attack.
easiest golem setup that Malady could have ever hoped for. He's just like, you want to go on me? I'm gonna go on you. That's concerning, Gunner.
Yep. It's also scary because, again, in this format, even though Yakult won the first game,
Yeah.
losing this one, if Gaming wins game number 3, the one versus Liquid, they're also out.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. The tables turn. Yeah.
Anytime you lose a single game,
You're just watching the
Now you're just
next
hoping for the
best of
best.
one intently.
yeah.
As here we have under the tower, Emo's able to get the skewer back onto Ace, but Ace is a Bristol. He's going to be able to walk this one off very
There's a follow-up.
easily. Get out of the range of the Supernova. I mean, can they actually get a kill from this? They've got the arena onto Ace, Spear as well. They will bring down the Bristol. Something for Yakult, but again, it's not without a cost. They did lose Arme at the start of this once again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still going to need to find plenty more if they want to try and scramble back into this game. But the moment's passing, just more and more time, and now space for Watson on his PA. Battle Fury's done, nice and early, 13 minutes in.
Yeah. And she didn't receive that many nerfs compared to what she used to be last patch. So I think just overall not as insane. A little less crit damage. What else? I think that's about it. Less slow on her dagger, so worse at fighting early. But overall, nothing that makes her bad.
Sure.
Strictly bad. She's if he gets her items in this kind of game, she's gonna feel the same exact Phantom Assassin. She has her Battle Fury. She's gonna go probably Sanji Yasha just like she always did. And I don't know. This might be just a rerun of last patch.
Now, PA, yeah, it's still definitely a hero that you're going to have to consider in most of these drafts as a pro team right now.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, the only other minor change really relative to the heroes, the Battle Fury, but that's kind of like a whatever change, right? Ultimately,
I think it doesn't matter
you're just getting a little less, right? Instead of plus 65, it's plus 50. Instead of 70%, it's 6%. But it still does what a Battle Fury does. You're still going to buy it in every situation you were going to buy it before.
And it's cheaper, I think, a bit. Right. It's like 300, 400 cheaper.
But you don't have the recipe, right? Because now you're getting the 2 broadswords instead of a broadsword and a claymore.
Radiant's middle tower
And you
is
don't buy the
under attack.
recipe. How much was the recipe before?
300 or 400. I want to say it's
like a few,
a couple hundred cheaper.
Maybe a few hundred.
Doesn't matter. Even if it's less.
Because you probably take that right overall. Would you rather take a slightly cheaper Battle Fury that's slightly nerfed? I think you do, right?
I think you would.
The sooner you get it online.
Speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Even especially for XP, getting the ancient farming an extra 1 extra cycle, maybe 2.
Yeah.
All right, the Tormentor. This is okay. I actually genuinely think Tormentors are too strong right now. I think
the fact that if you're taking over a game, you can get them this early.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imo!
Oh.
So 1-man RP. They have the arena to follow up. Tofu will die. Golem's been dropped a little off the mark. Didn't get the connection onto them. Imo tries to TP out. He's dead. The Supernova's going to get popped very easily by Gaimin Gladiators. They try to make a fight happen. They only get the one of them. And they do lose the 2 of them. One of them being their mid laner. Imo dead again.
They were there maybe 1 second earlier. That would have been a crazy RP into the full combo, but fortunately only gets 1. And they still even barely took down Tofu with the RP on everything.
There we go. Baboka versus Malady.
All right, drop the bugs. Get the XP.
There we go. Just let him live. Just so you get more XP.
11 per bite.
Is he not going to kill him? Oh, okay. Not going to kill him. Easy TP out. All right.
Yeah, as I was saying about the Tormentors, I just feel like it's too early now. 15 minutes is such an early timing to actually get the shard, plus an additional, I think, over 1,000 gold for your whole team. So it's basically a 2k gold instantly for your team. And there's only 1, so you can't even, oh, they took their Tormentor, let's take ours.
Yeah, what do you think the logic was in making it available earlier? Is it the idea because there is one, they're like, well, if you're behind, it's easier to coordinate contesting it because it's a specific part of the map. But I feel like the problem with that is it's not like it's in a very easily accessible.
It's a bad part of the map.
It's right in the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you're behind in the patch before and the team was going for like a 15-minute roche, it would be very hard for you to get there and do something about it.
Yep.
And the same is to be said with this Tormentor. Maybe, as you say,
they also removed the outposts
kind of OP
in the corner. So now the only outposts you can TP to are the ones in your tri-camp.
Yep. So if a team's ahead and they're coordinated and going for that 15 minutes, good luck to you. You're not doing anything about it.
Because I think before that Tormentor, they were up, what, 6, 7k gold? Now they're just up 10. It's instantly over 2,000 gold from Tormentor. The enemy kind of wants to fight you. You get another kill or 2 because of it.
And the mid, the setup step. Easy kill for Watson. Once again, off the back of Tofu. There's Atos into full combo.
Close. Here, Ame going for Silver Edge. Emo's going for Kaya. I guess it's just... Okay, he unqueued it. I don't think Kaya's... Okay, he's going Echo. Okay.
What, do you want to go some sort of shockwave build?
I mean, he had a Kaya queued up. I didn't know if that was the correct choice in this kind of game. I like the Echo. Even a BKB, I think could be okay for him. It just depends on what he thinks his job in this game is. Hopefully he's not dying.
Quinn. He's going to get RP'd. But the damage is not there to threaten Quinn. Quinn, he just jumps back in with the Sonic Wave. He knows they can kill off Emo. Watson does lose the Aegis for this. Can they kill Watson a second time? A lot of backup in for Gaimin. The Supernova, they're going to be able to focus it, take the egg down immediately. So they get the Aegis out of Watson. But other than that, they just get a Warlock kill. Once again, Emo dies. So not quite the trade that Yakult are looking for to break their way back into this game. Gaimin, overall, still going to be rather happy with the continuation of this. And Watson, once he has that BKB online, he's going to be in a dream position in these fights. I mean, he's 3-0-5. Dealing with this PA is absolutely a problem for Yakult this time round.
Especially with Ame having to TP to that fight to kind of try to salvage it.
Sure.
He gets nothing. He doesn't get to farm. And honestly, this game's looking a bit like the reversal of the first game.
It is. I think Yakult at this point kind of look as helpless as Liquid did at this point in that first best of one we had between Yakult and Liquid. This was looking tough for them to turn around,
Has fallen.
which is obviously good news for Liquid.
I will say, I think their draft is a lot better at kind of coming. Space.
Well, he just wanted to stop him chase.
Protection. Yep.
Yep. Defensive arena.
They all get out.
Success.
No one's going to die, right?
There we go. Baboka.
No one will die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay.
He's found Malady.
That's 2 supports.
All right, little by little.
So again, I think your Colts draft is a lot better for
Radiant's
coming
middle
back.
tower is under attack.
They have percentage damage from Phoenix. They actually have scaling cores. They have team fight. They definitely have more of this ability to take the fight to gaming.
Yes. Yeah, they don't look at as out of it as Liquid will. There's still a chance for them here. However small that might be, but it is there. There is a chance, there's a hope for Yakult. But it's going to take some crazy wombo combo teamfight plays. Which can happen, especially on a high ground defense.
Can happen.
That's
they have
when it
Magnus.
gets difficult.
They do have Magnus with high ground defense. I think Gaimin is one of the better teams at knowing when and how to high ground. Just because that was their playstyle for so long, it was, all right, guys, we're going to group up at 18 minutes with an Aegis and a Chen, and we're going to go to your high ground. And they played that exact same strategy. What, 70% of their games, they won. I don't even know how many majors they won. They got second place at 2 TIs. Doing basically the same thing, just better and better every time. And they don't really have this early game push timing. They usually do, but in the sense they know when to go, right? They know their high ground timings. They know when to end the game, and they're not going to really rush it.
Radiant's top tower is
I
under
don't
attack.
think this Battle Fury is a nerf. I think it's a buff. Following it. Odie Pixel was right.
Should have bought 2
Dyer's
and
middle
gone the
tower
dagger
Should've
tower.
bought 2.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe Tiny should have bought one.
Nah.
Stacks with his
Don't know
sleeve.
about that.
Why not?
You just don't have the attack speed.
Oh,
It
is
feels
that-
bad with the big heavy hits. You want the fast hits to clean camps quickly. A tofu.
What'd you have, a Weaver Battle Fury?
That one we might have to take back to the drawing board. Yeah, that. It didn't. You know, it's damage and regen. It's the same way, right?
Is that
I
your
always
thoughts?
hear of the kind of the beautiful times back in Dota 1 before my days, before I'd even heard of the game, where you would buy Battle Furies on Medusa. I was like, why can't we relive that patch again? Because that used to be a thing, right? Were you there?
I
This was
never played
before
Dota
you-
1.
It was before
Before
my
my
time as
time.
well. But I've heard of these times. The Battle Fury Medusa, once upon a time, was a thing. Maybe for like a few months. But they used to do it. The game was
Why?
different then. Of course, the item was maybe different, and the hero was probably different as well. But it was a thing.
I'll believe you.
Now mid lane. Gaimin. Continue to just rack up the kills. Yakult is fine. They're just preparing for the big defense. That's what they're
It's
looking
all at the
towards.
high ground.
Whatever happens on the map, they're like, whatever. Just everybody try and get what you can, as long as you're all ready to come together for the big defense.
Has fallen.
And we're going to get to see that big defense, however big it may be.
Dire
It will happen. They will try for it eventually on the high ground.
They're smoked up right now.
Okay, they're trying for it not on the high ground. All right, that's their setup. They have the combo.
Silver Edge.
Do they have enough damage? They give down about half HP. That's not going to kill him. Ace is fine.
Ace is gonna go in.
Arme's trying to finish up the job, but he can't. Pushed back by the Sonic Wave. Baboka, there's nothing he can clean up here. He has to run. He might not get the chance to. Watson finds him. Shikuchi's back up. Baboka's going to do his best with the Jukes. Twins in with the Blink. 3 of them dead. They only got Malady. They went for it outside the base. I thought they were going to build up for the big defense on the high ground. They said no. They just walked out and tried to find something elsewhere. It doesn't work.
So was that their big defense?
That might have been the big defense.
Is that what you call it? Or you go in the game and you're like,
No, but they've got another
one more fight, guys.
They've still got one more fight. There's still tier 2s in the mid and the top lane. So that was the little defense. The prelude to the big defense that will be coming inevitably. We'll see if the big one's any
defense in
better.
About 70 seconds.
Radiant's
Waiting for
bottom
RP and
tower
egg.
Has fallen.
That one, right?
They've got the Desta on Mars.
Okay.
RP into the God's Rebuke Desta. They went for this, right? They felt that maybe
Yeah,
with the
it's a
break
bit-
hit they could try and burst through Ace. And they couldn't.
I don't know, I think choosing to fight when your Mars is about 10 seconds away from respawning just seems
That is true. And especially when he was that close on the goal to his Desert.
Yeah.
He was going to be back up and have the Desert. So that was the little defense. Now they'll go for the medium defense.
Is there going to be time for a large?
We'll see. Depends how well this one goes. They get the jump onto Quinn. Good
Okay,
spear
nice
arena
spear
combo. I'll do it. Quinn's gone. Watson, he's going to try and fight into this. Whoa, there comes the crit. Tianming's out. Watson, his BKB's going to start coming to an end. There's going to be the buyback here from Tianming. Want to see if they can find more here, Yakult. Tofu with the ult, turn towards Baboka, but he's got the time lapse. Baboka's out. They might be able to chase this Yakult. Emo closing in, jumps in, gets the skewer back. There's the break hit. They're going to try and burst through Ace. Ace caught by the avalanche, pushed back by the spear. The rest of Gaimin trying to get over to help out. Watson's going to jump in, but once he gets hit by the break, Arme's just able to turn. There's the RP. Double kill for Zeal. Yakult, they're doing it. They just killed off the 4 of them. If that was the medium defense, I can't wait to see the big one go up. The medium, it was good enough. They're down the mid, they're pushing a tier 1. They just did this against a team that was 10k ahead of them. Gaimin Gladiators, they had control of this game. And then bam, Yakult, they're back in it.
I was not expecting that at all, to be honest. I was expecting the medium defense, you know, you get 1 kill or two kills.
Yeah.
2 for 5.
But a team fight like
What was that 4 for 0? No, the Phoenix brought back. So 4 for 1, using 1 buyback. He doesn't even die back. They didn't have egg for that fight. Just really impressive.
And look at this, because of the fact it was an early Tormentor earlier, they're going to be able to get this 25-minute Tormentor.
Now it's going to be a 4k gold lead. That's a 6k gold swing.
Dude, they're making it happen. The comeback is real here for Yakult.
They're here for the win.
And I think Gaimin, they probably thought this was going to be much smoother sailing than it's actually turning out to be now. You know, up until that point, Watson, outside of losing an Aegis in a moment, he'd never died. He was 7-0-7. Now he's 7-1-7. He's died the once.
Even in that fight, when I saw the golem on 4 heroes, I expected it to be over. There was a really big chaotic offering, but I feel like it didn't do anything.
Dire's bottom tower.
Ame's hunting.
Yeah, with the silver edge,
he knows.
It's paid off massively, right? It gave them this chance to kill off the Bristle, to threaten the PA. Quinn's jumped in.
You got a brooch.
The avalanche, there's the setup from Zeal. They turn over towards Quinn. It's going to be able to blink out in time. Tofu, my goodness, he'll get the ult just in time. Dive for Tianming. He'll get the supernova off Quinn. It's going to try and turn towards it. Can they kill the egg in time? They can. This time round, Gaimin Gladiators coming back out on top and ready to go for more here. Emo pots the BKB, skewers away. He's going to go for the TP. Nothing to stop it. Not enough damage yet to be able to take him
Roche
out.
just spawned.
Straight to the pit.
Frame perfect. I was going to be... Oh, that's interesting. So he went Revenant's Brooch on Tiny to give him basically an extra crit of magic damage because he hits so hard.
Sure.
And he almost took down Quinn. I think one more hit, Quinn might have went down, but Essence Ring, good health. I think that fight was just a little split. Maybe they're feeling too good about the current map state. Because if Magnus is there for that fight, gets a 2-man RP, 2 heroes are dead. Instantly a 5v3. And even when you're coming back, a 5v3 is a really easy fight to take, even when you're behind. But I think just slightly out of range for the rest of the team.
Let's see what they can get done with the Aegis. And how much pressure they do feel. I mean, because at this point, you know, whereas earlier Gaimin, with how close they were able to push in towards Yakult space, they probably felt that there was a chance to kind of close this one up relatively early. You know, kind of the 30-minute mark. Now at this point, with the last few fights going as they have been, how safe do you imagine Gaimin are going to play it? And can they? Like, how much of a concern is the scalability from Yakult if you're Gaimin and trying to close this game up?
I would say it's a concern, but not one that you're allowed to play around. If that makes sense. They should know that Yakult can scale, Yakult can come back.
Yep.
They don't have them outdrafted in this late game, even with the Phantom Assassin. But it's not something you can play with the idea of, all right, guys, we're on a timer. We gotta end this game ASAP. It's let's just play normally. Let's not make mistakes. Let's win the game. You want every win to be as casual as possible. The really hyped games are usually, I mean, they're really fun to play, but they're not good to have consistently. You don't have crazy comebacks every single game, every single series, just because that means that you're making mistakes to lead in those positions. So I think in gaming's mind, they want to just smooth sail to a victory.
Oh
no, mid lane.
Amen's going to try and go for this. There's a lot of backup. I mean, the first... Oh, it's a really nice 3-man RP, but that just ain't the follow-up.
Okay.
I mean, it looked pretty, but that was the... It just looked pretty. It wasn't actually pretty. There was nothing else to go with it.
That was... I thought he could have fought that.
I don't know. It's into the Aegis and such.
I guess it's scary into the Golem. That...
I think Armin made the right call to get out of it. I think...
Sure.
I don't know. That's risky. You know, he's got to make sure he's alive for the big defense guy.
Okay, so we've had a small defense, a medium defense. The next one is... Will the next one be a big defense?
I mean, the big one... The big one of these teams is going to get team wiped.
Okay.
You know, we don't know which one it's going to be, but it's going to happen. We're
And
going to
that's
get a
the big
5-man. Emo, it's going to be careful. They've got to chill out. Yeah, still 70 seconds until the RP is back up. What are we seeing next? And Arme got a lovely combination for his neutral, I will say. Got the Nemesis Curse, and then on top of that, the Vampiric. Definitely one of the enchantments that a lot of times on these cores is very appealing. Because that's pretty large percentages, right? 16% lifesteal, 12% spell lifesteal. You gotta love it.
Let's see. They're technically defending their base right now. They're not all going. So Ame's still split pushing. I think he wants 20. He's level 20, so it gives him 60 more base damage with his tree grab, which is a lot of damage. Just 360 damage for leveling up once.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Even I'm scared of Phantom Assassin still. Just watching this game, she has Satanic, she has SOI, 3,000 health. You burst her or she's full health.
And that's the thing as well, especially if they do get a good RP, it can be kind of tricky sometimes to make sure you get the break hit specifically on the PA in the midst of it all. Tell you what though, they have caught Ace, rather separate from the rest of the squad. They'll kill him easily enough. Now we'll see Gaimin Gladiators look to punish him. Watson's in with the jump, the Sonic Wave's there, the Supernova's out, but
RP
Emo,
one.
he'll get the RP off. Can he actually get out of this? He can't. Watson able to jump in, finish him off. Zeal with a quick blink to dodge the dagger. He'll escape, but Baboka's gone. Emo as well. Zeal able to push him back with the spear, but the dagger flies in. That's them dying outside of their base. The buyback conditions not looking great for Yakult. They only have buyback on Zeal. The 3 others dead for 40 seconds.
Surely that was not the big defense. That was a warm-up.
Maybe it would have had to be. They're going to get quite a lot for this. They can't get the mega creeps though, Gaimin. There's still that tier 2 standing in that top lane. At the least, this is going to be the mid-racks. And they probably won't get the chance to pressure the tier 4s because the respawn time is still at this stage not too long. So a second set of racks here for Gaimin, continuing to keep the game overall in their advantage.
Aegis out in 10 seconds. I'm kind of questioning now how Yakult wants to take the fights. I feel like they're not that confident to go into Gaimin based on how it's playing. They see a jump and they kind of 50-50, either half of them go and half of them just evacuate. So it's a big question of just how hard are they willing to commit. With this Ame BKB, I think they should feel pretty confident to go.
Yeah, I think they want to smoke up and play. It is, unfortunately to them, going to be into a potentially amplified damage PA. Yeah, Quinn's going to pass over the bottle, so Watson's going to have amplified damage for the next fight. Well, that's, you know, PA without that is terrifying. With it,
There's your kill anyway. Oh, there's so many targets you have to kill. If you get Warlock before Rock, that's really big. Quap, just stopping her from existing in the fight, is really big. Phantom Assassin will one-shot you. The more to bristle, you just, for the most part, ignore.
Still need 10 seconds until the RP's up. You know, 5 seconds until the RP's up. It's there. They've got everything, but both teams seem to be aware of one another. Who's going to reveal first? There's the reveal of the smoke. Jump forward from Emo's head. Look at the grab on Tofu. They'll look for the quick kill, take down the Muerta. Quinn in with a 4-man Sonic Wave, pushing them back. They'll drop the Supernova here for now. Not a chance really for Gaimin to focus the exit. They'll keep their distance. Steel jumps in with the arena, gets the combo as well with the follow-up avalanche on Watson, but Watson able to put the PK in the amplified turn towards Emo. Emo gets the RP off onto the 2 of them. Arme bringing in the damage, but it's not enough damage from Arme. Emo to fall. Arme dead as well as Gaimin will take the fight.
And that's the strength of amplified damage, Satanic PA. I don't know. This hero is so tanky with this build and even does so much damage. I miss my Deso PA.
Radiant's top tower is under
That feels like a long time ago we saw that move indeed. As you say, just the ability to just build for survival, the damage, it's covered in just the inbuilt nature of the hero. And now the push onto the 3rd set of rack. They take down the tier 2 game and they're onto the tier 3. Yakult, will they have one final hold in them? As the Mega Creeps are going to be out against them. They'll be back up soon, but the ultimates, of course, still on long cooldowns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As Liquid, as I say, they're going to be watching
rough.
from the sidelines, cheering on Gaimin here. Because a win for Gaimin means that these best of ones will continue. As the Ancient, it's exposed. The final chance here for Yakult to try and slow down Gaimin. Baboka beginning the defense deal. He's going to get caught by the fear at the side. Ace is just trying to end the game. Sonic Wave out onto Zeal. Jump forward from Quinn. Zeal's gone. He has buyback. Oh, easy snipe there from Tofu. But again, buyback's also available on Tianming. Gaimin, they're backing off a little bit with these
have to
respawns
back?
coming into play. I mean, they're being careful. It does feel
I
like
knew
they
this was
might be
going.
able to just hit the Ancient and end it.
They've smoked.
And they probably will soon. Emo gets the drag back. They look to open up on towards Ace. I mean, Gaimin.
All right, Ace is in.
He's holding off here, Arme, with
He's
the
out.
BKB. Turns towards Quinn. Quinn puts the BKB. He's trying to hit the Ancient and
back in.
close it himself. Baboka at the side, drawing the backline's attention of Gaimin away from the rest of the team. Arme turns towards Ace. The Supernova as well. They'll look towards the egg. That's the egg gone. Tianming out without buyback now. That's the dieback from him. Spear, it's not going to connect. Zeal tries to hold them back in the arena. Arme will get the avalanche off.
Okay.
RP onto the two of them, but Arme gets tapped down. It's over. GG is called. So with this, Gaimin take this best of one against Yakult. And with that, coupled with the fact that Yakult took the first best of one against Liquid,